Hi guys, Gian here of Gadget Pilipinas. Today, let's talk about the Vivo X80 Pro. Let's get started. Since Vivo teamed up with Zeiss in December 2020, I've been thrilled and excited about the new products that both high-end brands will bring to the market. Looking back, Vivo and Zeiss worked together to make a device that lets people confidently capture the most important moments of their lives and what catches their eyes. This partnership has been seen as one of the most important in the last 5 years, and it will be interesting to see what happens next in the years to come. Last year, when they released the Vivo X70 series, it was very well received. It got good reviews for having great cameras and being a camera beast, which is a good start for the series. In fact, when I read Eman's review of the Vivo X70, I realized how these two brands really changed the way how photography and videography are done on smartphones. The camera of the Vivo X80 Pro is the best thing about it. The Vivo X80 Pro has a 50 megapixel GNV main camera, as well as a 48 megapixel IMX598 wide-angle camera, a 12 megapixel IMX663 portrait camera, and an 8 megapixel 5x periscope camera. It also has a 32 megapixel camera on the front. On top of the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, the phone also has a coprocessor that helps with imaging. This coprocessor is called V1 Plus. At the very least, these are powerful sensors, and you will see it in the photos I took and shared in this video. Vivo knows that every moment you want to capture is important, so they made sure that the pictures you take will look great. Now, since the time it was announced this month, I took the liberty of bringing this along with me on my previous trips. In fact, this was the only camera that I used to take photos of my mom and dad who celebrated their 40th wedding anniversary. I also used this phone to take photos and videos of the music festival we attended, and because the phone has an IP68 rating, I was able to record my son practicing his swimming routine in the pool. Now let's talk about Zeiss. I feel that this is very important because you will hear about it quite a lot in this video. As a professional imaging brand, Zeiss partnered with Vivo to bring their imaging technology to more people through Vivo's flagship smartphones. Now, since we're talking about the Vivo X80 Pro, you will find Zeiss participation in professional imaging, AI video enhancement via V1 Plus chip, 50 megapixel ultra sensing GNV sensor, and video stabilization. We'll go through all of these on this video, so don't worry about not seeing how these things work on this phone. Okay, so if you happen to look at the rear camera of the lens of the Vivo X80 Pro, you will notice that it has a special glass cover with the Zeiss logo on it. This specific cover meets the standards of Zeiss T-Star coating that was patented by Carl Zeiss Jena in 1935. The implementation of Zeiss T-Star coating on all of the lenses of its camera is probably among its most important features. T-Star coating in professional imaging is a coating or layer that rests on top of the lens to help optimize light efficiency when capturing photos with precise color quality and without unwanted elements like glare and reflections. Ibig sabihin nito, when you take a photo of sunrise or sunset or anything emits light directly to the lens, you will still be able to see the color and beauty of both foreground and background subjects without or very minimal unwanted ghosting or flare artifacts. This works particularly well on images shot with high dynamic range, where these concerns are usually seen. This feature really helped when I took these music festival photos in Clark and also these night shots in Mulito. Whether you're a fan of taking landscape photos during night or day, this feature alone can make your shots look way better even when compared to another smartphone at the same price point. Another feature that I would like to touch on is Zeiss Cinematic Video, which surprisingly works on both video and photo modes. While some people will find this as just another implementation of bokeh mode, this is actually more than that. It uses a unique Zeiss style flare, which is a style used in most Hollywood full-length movies. This gives your videos an impressive cinematic look that will put more impact to your stories. This feature does not end in video mode, as I mentioned earlier. It is also present in portrait mode. In fact, the camera app offers plenty of styles that are co-developed by Zeiss: Cinematic, Biotar, Sonar, Planar, and Distagon, all named after the lens patented by Zeiss. Portrait mode is perhaps my favorite and most used feature because I love taking photos of people who matter to me. Okay, so if you're after taking memorable night shots, this phone does not disappoint. I was surprised how this can put more drama and color to my usual dull and uninspiring night shots. Vivo and Zeiss developed AI deglare and raw HDR in order to render very clear night shots. This is of course only achievable because of the camera hardware that is built into the Vivo X80 Pro. Now, remember that 50 megapixel ultra sensing GNV sensor I talked about earlier? Under the hood of this sensor is actually a Sony IMX866 RGBW. This makes the Vivo X80 Pro the first smartphone to actually use this sensor. This ensures that all the imaging technologies of Zeiss that I previously mentioned are fully implemented. I know I've been talking about the Vivo X80 Pro as a camera smartphone for a few minutes now. I have to remind myself that this phone is not just a Zeiss field camera, but primarily a flagship smartphone. The Vivo X80 Pro is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, the same chipset that powers current lineup of flagship smartphones. I benchmarked this device the day I received it, and boy, was I surprised at how fast and powerful this one is. This is actually the first device that I benchmarked that reached more than 1 million score at Antutu. While this is the case in my artificial benchmark, I wanted to really see how this device fares in terms of actual gaming performance. I played Ni no Kuni Cross Worlds and Diablo Immortal with this for many hours. I never had any problems playing these games, which is definitely a plus factor for me. My gameplays were very smooth, and this is thanks to the combined powers of its chipset and the V1 Plus coprocessor. Now for supported games, the Vivo X80 Pro's V1 Plus coprocessor also has an extra feature called Game Frame Interpolation to further make your gameplays much smoother. So yeah, hindi lang to pang content creation, but it's also fit for serious mobile gamers. Now, this phone also features a 2K E5 Ultra Vision screen. It is an AMOLED display with WQHD+ resolution and with a refresh rate of 120 Hz. As this is more of a content creation focused smartphone, Vivo made sure that its display is calibrated for it. If you have been in the content editing industry, you will be happy to know that this received a DisplayMate A+ certification and was able to set 15 new DisplayMate A+ records. Another smartphone feature that I do not want to miss out is its upgraded battery and charging technology. The new Vivo X80 Pro now packs a 4700 mAh battery and can charge up to 80 watts wired flash charge. Now, Vivo wanted to make sure that you will get what you need, so they included the 80 watts charger in the box. What you can optionally do is to buy a wireless flash charge up to 50 watts for hassle-free charging. Now I know that the things I mentioned are not enough to actually describe my full experience of the phone. There are plenty of things to cover which you can actually read on my full review on our website. Vivo X80 Pro is shaping up to be my most favorite camera smartphone this first half of the year. For quite some time now, I have seen it leapt beyond my expectations as the first flagship phone that I have reviewed from Vivo. The phone does not just promise amazing things for consumers, but it delivers outstandingly in various fronts: gaming, work, and content creation. This is truly a labor of love from Vivo, all made to help you create, capture, and frame every moment of your masterpieces. That's it for our video, guys. If you're new to the channel, a sub would greatly be appreciated. See you in the next video. Bye!